The Earth people who can think are so frightened by those who cannot. The dead. The dead.
Oh my God, we're back for episode 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have a whole bunch of special guests here tonight with us. We're a few minutes late, but that's because we're on Rockstar time on account of we have Tom Glynn joining us tonight. Right?
I'll keep everything a secret.
Thank you. All right. So, guys, we have a bunch of amazing guests tonight. So last night...
Who they are?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have Tom Glynn.
From CREEPSHOw.
Then we have Tam Taylor, a very talented actress and stand-up comedian. And then joining us a little bit later is Joseph Richmond.
Talented actor and producer.
With us as well.
That's right. So before we get started, we have to give a special thanks to Michael Claude Thomas and the B-Movie Monsters for allowing us to use their song, Plan 9, in the intro.
Thank you.
Thank you to the B-Movie Monsters on streaming platforms all around the globe.
Yes.
All right. So waiting in the wings is Tom Glynn and Tam Taylor. And then, of course, we'll be joined by Joseph Richmond in just a little bit. But without further ado, let's bring out the man of the hour, Tom Glynn. There he is. Oh, my God. It's Tom Glynn. Tom, the fans didn't believe you were going to join us tonight, but here you are.
I'm here, guys. I couldn't wait for it. How are you two doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Busy, but good.
Good. All right. So we are, of course, joined by Tom Glynn on the screen. Tom is going to be the lead in Killer Pizza. He's Tony, the pizza owner. Why don't you introduce it?
Okay, so Tom Glynn is going to be my lead actor. There you go. No, I'm joking. He's going to be Tony Mann, who's playing the pizza shop owner. It's a rundown pizza shop, and he's in debt to the local mafia. And there's some sinister turn of events that causes him to become a pizza. So Tom is actually going to be the human Tony and the voice for the pizza.
That's right. So Tom's a super talented actor that's appeared in a whole bunch of different things. But we've been promoting his involvement with CREEPSHOW. He's, of course, he was Kringle in CREEPSHOW. Yeah, super cool. We've been sharing the 50-50 deal for Tom. So currently we're down to 39. So Tom's special deal is the next 39 people to donate $50 or more will get a free autograph photo of Kringle from the real Tom Glynn, which people didn't believe was going to be here, but here he is. I told you guys. You're not Tom Glynn. So yeah, thank you so much for that, Tom, for doing that for the backers.
That's a pleasure, guys. I'm really excited about the project. I can't wait to get started with it. It's going to be great. I really think it's going to be great.
Awesome. And then, of course, waiting in the wings, we don't want to keep her waiting too long. The super talented actress and stand-up comedian, the woman of the hour. It's Tam Taylor. Here she is.
Hi, Anthony. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Tom.
Hey, sweetheart.
Yep, we can hear. Tam, how are you doing tonight? I know you had to wait a few minutes for us.
I'm good. I had some chicken and I had some onion rings, and I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right. So before we get started, Tam's a super talented actress that's been in a bunch of different projects. But before we can get to that, we have to ask a question that I've never asked you guys before. So we recently announced that Nancy Ann Ritter joined the cast of Killer Pizza. She's known for being in the film Scream, among a whole bunch of other projects. So naturally, Mandy wants to ask
What's your favorite scary movie?
Tam.
Okay, so I don't watch horror movies that much because they absolutely terrify me. Completely, I get so scared. I think The Exorcist is the one that did it for me. It just really scared me to death. Anything with demon possession or ghosts, they kind of just like any haunting, it scares me to death. I guess because I've been ghosted so many times by dudes, it just it scares me. But I think my one of my favorite horror movies is probably The Evil Dead. Because it's funny and it's scary. Because that's kind of what I like. I kind of like comedy and just a little bit scary. But my favorite horror actor is Tom.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sweetheart.
Okay.
Candle's kind of.
We actually know each other. So, and Tam's great. She's brilliant.
And we have Matthew White saying hello. Hello to Matthew White. Thank you, everybody who's watching. Sorry for the late start tonight. We had some technical difficulties that were my fault. Okay, so we have to ask Tom the same question. Tom, of course, was in Creepshow. So aside from Creepshow, Tom, what's your
favorite scary movie?
It's the same answer I give everybody, and people argue that it's science fiction. I don't care. It's The Thing. Coming and going, that's my favorite horror movie of all time. I think that thing's fucking terrifying.
You're giggling. It's a good one. And
It's my
horror.
personal favorite.
It is horror. It's horror sci-fi.
Mandy? What's your favorite scary movie?
Halloween 3.
What's your
Everybody's tired of hearing that one.
What's your second favorite scary movie?
Second favorite scary movie? There's a whole list of scary movies.
What's your second favorite one? Don't lie. You know the answer.
I don't have a second.
All right. Well, she loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I have a whole list of movies. You have Friday the 13th Part 2. Then you have Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors. Then you have
Dream Warriors.
I
All
love
right.
the Basket Case movie, Killer Tomatoes, and
But
I love all the Evil Dead movies because I love Bruce Campbell. And you didn't hear that part.
Andy Parkin wants to know, Tom, do you prefer the original or the remake of The Thing?
You know what? The original, but I really enjoyed the remake. I thought they actually did a really good job with it, which I went into it not thinking I would, but it's the original, but the remake is good.
Awesome.
That's on my list if they ever really remade it. 'Cause the remake is like a prequel. If they ever redid the original, that would be like a dream job.
So guys, we're joined here by Tom Glynn from Creepshow and the super talented, awesome, amazing Tam Taylor, talented actress and stand-up comedian. Feel free to ask them any questions that you might have about their involvement with films or comedy or the upcoming super awesome feature-length horror comedy film Killer Pizza. Did we mention that Tom Glynn's the lead in that?
Did we mention it this time around?
Yeah, did we mention that? We might have to talk about it. So, of course, Tom is the lead. The lead. Nick.
Tom is the lead in Killer Pizza. He's going to be playing Tony Mann, which is the actual pizza shop owner, and he's going to have some unfortunate circumstances happen to him where he becomes a pizza coming back for revenge, and then he's going to have his trusted pizza delivery boy, who's going to be played by Colin Field, help deliver him around to help him deliver his justice, his revenge.
So we have a question from Matthew White, who's watching in the chat, for Tam and Tom. We'll start with Tam. Do you have an ideal role?
an ideal role. I don't know if it's my ideal role, but a good role for me. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie White Castle with Sharon Stone. I'm hungry. White Castle. White Palace with Sharon Stone.
That's an important thing.
It's about an older woman who is a waitress. She's just a working class waitress, and she meets a younger college man, and fun ensues. And I think that I get kind of put in that role anyway of being, an older woman, seductress, cougary type character and things I've played before. So I think that would be a really, really good role for me, would be the remake of White Palace.
Very cool. And Tom, same question for you. What would be your ideal role?
Honestly, these things are always hard for me because I enjoy doing so many different genres of acting. I really can't narrow it down. I enjoy doing horror. I enjoy doing action. I enjoy doing drama. I love the fact there's, comedic elements with this. So I hope we're going to get to play with some of that. I don't have an ideal role. I really, that's one of those things. I'd be sitting here for an hour talking about different things I like doing. So I can't narrow it down. I'm sorry.
Very cool.
And it's
Awesome
band,
question. Awesome question from Matthew White. Thank you so much.
So with Pam, let's introduce Pam Taylor more. Pam is going to actually be playing Davina Gilbert in Killer Pizza. She's going to be the manager of the actual strip club that's owned by the mob boss Giovanni. And she's not going to be a very nice person. So, but she's going to be hot though.
All right, well, we hope. Let's hope the Ozempic kicks in really, really good before then.
But Pam, to ask you, so you're an actress and a stand-up comedian. Which one did you get into first?
Well, I started in theater. I went to, and believe it or not, an opera college. So I thought I was going to be a big opera singer. So I took all this opera training and all this great theatrical training and went straight to Vegas and became a showgirl. So dreams can come true, kids. um, I was in a show in Vegas for a while. Then I was in a show. I had my own show at a place called Sensations, where I would kind of lay across the piano, sing, do a few jokes, and rub on the tourists' heads, and you make them laugh. And that's kind of how I got into comedy. Was between singing and comedy, and then it just kind of evolved. I did reality TV. I had a show on TLC. And it just kind of all evolved, and the more tragic my life became, the more humor I found in it. And I just hey, I can get on stage and make people laugh, and if I can make people laugh and forget about their day 30 minutes, 45 minutes at a time, that makes me happy. So I just kind of started doing that, and then started acting again. I found a passion as I got a little bit older for acting again, and here we are, and getting ready for Killer Pizza. I mean, what could be better? Horror, comedy, and hopefully now maybe a little bit of glamour. Who knows?
So we have a question for Tam from Andy Parkin, who's in the comments. Let's pull that up. Tam, would you consider redoing Tam Time? And what was your favorite experience from that show?
Okay, so I had a show called Tam Time. We did one season of it, and the description of the show was extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. Um, and I did a lot of paranormal hunting with ghost hunters, which I was absolutely terrified by. I did aerial acrobatics with people, which I was absolutely terrified by because I'm terrified of heights. So it was my big butt on this swingy thing. It was hilarious. Would I consider doing Tam Time too? We have talked about it. The reason we didn't go through with it, we had great ratings. It came on right after Saturday Night Live in this area. The ratings were good, but the pandemic hit. So we decided to put it on hold because we couldn't do anything during the lockdown pandemic. Even though the town I live in right now, we really didn't lock down because, they didn't believe it was real here. But filming filming guidelines, we just couldn't have that many people together, cast, crew, and stuff like that, which was unfortunate. But I will tell you, doing an entire show like that, where you go Renaissance. I went to Renaissance fairs and did LARPing and horseback riding and paranormal stuff. It was really, Andy, it was exhausting. It because we filmed it over like 3 weeks. So we did all 8 episodes in 3 weeks. And it really took a toll and wore me out. But if I could do a season 2 again, that would definitely be a maybe.
Awesome. Thank you so much to Andy Parkin for that question. Guys, if you have any questions at all for Tam Taylor or Tom Glynn, please feel free to ask away in the comments section, and we will pull up those questions for you, and we'll get to the bottom of it. Tam, of course, is a super talented actress, as we've mentioned a bunch of times, but she's also the stand-up comedian. We have a couple of clips. Is it okay if we show some of the stand-up comedy?
Yeah, if people can handle it, they can hear it. It's a little bit of it is in, not safe for work, like I told Mandy earlier. She said, "But we're not going to be at work." I said, "Well, you go for it."
We're kind of at work, but it's guys. Use your best judgment. Some of the clips we're about to play are very short. They're only like 15-second clips, but they're not safe for work. So
if you are at work,
mute your phone for a second if you have to. But we'll pull that up here, and then we'll let Tam tell us what we've seen.
Right.
Like the 23andMe thing, who's spitting a tube to find out who their daddy is? Anybody in here? One person? I usually get spit on. That's how I find out who my daddy
is. So, Tam, what was that about?
That was just pretty much trying to find a date for the night. I think that's what that was about. Just letting them know I'm looking for a new baby daddy.
Oh my God.
So that was just like, hey, let's have some fun. I get a little bit freaky. I told you it was not safe for work. I saw who was on last night? The guy that was on last.
Phil Petrano.
Phil, oh, I felt so bad. He was like, I am not ready for an intimate scene, and I am a little scared by that. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'm going on the next night and using the F word. Well, here we go.
So I have one more clip here ready. Let's check it out, and then we'll let you tell us about this one.
No, baby, I'm from the Panhandle, where it takes 4 of my cousins to make a full set of teeth. I'm from the Panhandle, where we will steal your catalytic converter off your car at the Walmart.
So Tam, if somebody wants to see you perform live, how do they find out where you're going to be? Because, like, for example, Mandy and I would want to come see you live. How do we find your shows?
I post a lot of it on my Facebook. Like if I'm in Pensacola or Mobile, New Orleans, I travel a lot to do comedy. So I just kind of post it on my Facebook. I'm really bad about not promoting it more. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to be better about it. I've done some comedy festivals. The Pensacola LGBT P3 Fest, I headlined that a few years ago, which was amazing. So I've headlined a few comedy festivals, and I'll try to be better about sharing everything.
Very cool. Do you have any questions for Tam about her stand-up comedy?
No.
She's funny. She's funny.
She is funny.
Do you have any?
She's gonna be perfect for the movie.
Any new specials coming out or anything like that you would do?
I don't. I just have done. I do live shows mostly. I think that a lot of people who do, of course, my ultimate would be Netflix specials and stuff like that. That would be great. But I think my comedy is better experienced live because I interact with the audience. And I think stand-up comedy is just so good live. What do you think, Tom? You like comedy live?
When I get a chance to go to a show, I love a good show. I've still got to get over to see Tam. I know.
The last time I was in Pensacola, Tom was coming, and then I think I got a message like, "Hey, I've been drinking beer."
It was something like that. It was more or less.
So we have a question from Colin Fiel, who is, of course, Brandon in the film. Colin was with us 2 nights ago. He wants to know, Tam, who are some of your favorite comics you've worked with? I got to do a tour with Bert Kreischer in 2022, and he was the nicest dude.
Okay, so I have worked with some great comics. I love Jen Kober, who I don't know if you know who Jen Kober is. She is also an actress. She's been in she was in The Mandalorian. She had a small part in The Mandalorian. So she is brilliant. She is hilarious. I love Jen Kober. I don't know if anybody would know the comics that I've worked with here. Kathy Lewis is great. I don't. I like working with Tam Taylor. She's awesome. She's my favorite comic. No, but I think my favorite comic is Richard Pryor, and unfortunately, I'll never get to meet him. But if I could work with any comic, it would be LaWanda Page, who was on the Sanford Sun, and Richard Pryor.
Very cool. We have a couple questions coming in for Tom here. Tom, who was or is your biggest acting influence?
This is the part I'm bad about because it's several people, but like of all time, the one I enjoy the most, you have to look back to his best stuff, is Marlon Brando. Not the later stuff, but some of the earlier stuff on the waterfront. Like, just a brilliant, brilliant actor. I mean, just breathtakingly brilliant. I'll admit, kind of towards the end of his career, he started kind of phoning it in a lot. But if you look back on his older films, just the man was just a true artist. That if I had to narrow it down to one, that's the first one that pops in my head.
Very cool. That question came from Matthew White. We have another question for Tom coming from Andy Parkin. Tom, you have experience as a stuntman. Who was your favorite person to punch?
Brother, I'm usually the one getting punched, but I got to torture Jean-Claude Van Damme. That was cool for somebody, my age. It was like if you ask somebody like if we asked Colin, he might be like, who? I got to have a fight scene, and like I'm literally torturing Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's one of the first things I got to do as an actor, and there's a good deal of stunt work with it. That was fun. So I got to torture him with a knife, so we're going to count that as a punch.
Very cool. Do you have any questions about Tom's? Tom, how did you get into to being a stuntman?
Well, that's actually, I'm assuming most people have seen John Wick, the first one.
Yeah.
I have.
I was literally watching the movie. I was literally watching the movie with some friends, and two of the guys in one of the scenes I knew, and I'm just like, hey, I'm looking and watching, but like I know two of these guys, and one well enough that I reached out to him like, I just saw you in John Wick, right? And we had similar backgrounds of the martial arts, and he's a big tattooed guy, and he started going, yeah, I'm doing stunt work and acting, and he's doing great. He was actually in The Mandalorian. And he said the famous words that were the bane of my existence. You could do it. Guess what? Turns out you could. So I just start showing up for auditions and not having a clue what I was doing and just mangling my way through it. And just over the years, figured some things out. And here we are.
How I got into acting. Did the stunt work.
Yeah. So what was your first acting job? Or what was the first thing that you acted in?
I think the first, are we talking about anything or like first actual paid job?
Just anything at all.
There was like a local kind of, I don't know if you call it a student, I think I'd say it called a student film, where it's just some little short film. I was a kind of a hipster dad with the tattoos. And it was just something about vegan cookies. It was just some little cutesy thing for a couple of minutes. And that got me, I got to actually start taking some acting class. So I'm going to do this stuff. And it just kind of rolled along.
Very cool. Same question for Tam. Tam, what was the first thing that you did involving acting? What is the first thing that you acted in?
The first thing I did was a steakhouse commercial when I was 3 years old. It was for Western Corral Steakhouse. and I call it out of diapers and into the spotlight. I think after that, the bug bit me, and there was no turning back.
Very cool. Do you have any questions? You're pretty quiet over there.
My neck started hurting really bad.
Oh.
And Mandy, I like the cleavage. I was gonna do a little bit myself, but I'm glad I didn't now. So I'm enjoying it. That's a good view.
I'm genuinely shocked Tam's in the turtleneck. I was genuinely shocked.
I knew you were. I was like, because I said I'm gonna switch it up tonight. I'm gonna cover the girls up so they can be excited for the movie.
Very, very cool.
I'm going to change the subject now.
Well, we can keep talking about it. Did you want to tell them anything about it?
About what, the movie or my cleavage?
Your cleavage. You wanted to keep it on your cleavage. what are you doing?
Sorry, guys. Leave it to me to trash the show up. Sorry.
Let's see.
It's okay, breathe.
I'm fine. Favorite movie genres?
Yeah, this would be a question for both of you, but we'll start with Tam. So you already said that you're not really big into horror. So what genre is your favorite?
Yeah, I like rom-com. I'm sappy. I like comedy. I get compared to one specific actress all the time that I actually adore and love her work. So pretty much anything she's in is my favorite. Any comedy. I like series. I like to watch a good series. If it's a good dramatic, I like dark comedy in my drama. So anything that has comedy in it, I'm there.
I like dark comedies.
Definitely.
And it's going to be the same question for Tom.
It's kind of I do enjoy action and drama. I like a broad variety of things, but honestly, the horror community's been so good to me, and I really enjoy really well done horror. And there's so many little subsections of horror you can go into that. Yeah, I'd have to say horror, honestly.
So we have a question coming in from Facebook user for both of you. Okay, this is coming from Colin Field. Let's see. For both of you, we'll start with Tam. Tam, who was your TV crush when you were a teenager?
Ooh, I don't want to tell you because then you're going to know how old I am.
Okay.
So just go for it. Come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple because I had a couple like progression. My first TV crush was Chachi on Joni Loves Chachi, and he was on the original Happy Days. So after that, I think it was that into Richard Grieco from 21 Jump Street.
Very
Scott
cool.
Baio to Richard Grieco.
Yeah, Scott Baio, and but I will tell you who my all-time favorite crush is, hands down. Besides Tom, he's obviously a huge super celebrity crush to me. Is Brendan Fraser, circa 2009, circa 2015, 2020, 2024. I just love Brendan Fraser through all the decades.
So his most recent film that I remember seeing was The Whale. Did you get a chance to see that, and what'd you think?
I did, and he could still get it as The Whale. I love Brendan Fraser that much.
He did a great job in that, I think.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's just, and the interviews you've seen and everything. If you get a chance to go to the Mark Maron podcast and listen to his interview with Mark Maron, it's just he's such a sweet, genuine. I mean, I don't know him personally, but just his public persona is just so genuine. He's my all-time, besides Tom, my all-time favorite crush.
See, Tom, same question for you. Who was your TV crush when you were a teenager?
I think it's pretty quick. I think it was Alyssa Milano. I think that's a pretty quick answer.
There you go.
I have to give you a straight answer on that one.
This is from our friend Reese, who's saying, I don't think I had one. Hello, my spooktacular friends. Hope you all are having another wicked night. You're all absolutely amazing, fantastic, spooktacular, and incredible. Thank you so much, Reese.
Well, thank you.
Then we have another question coming in this is for Tam from Andy Parkin. Tam, how was your experience on Behind Closed Doors? Did they have to edit out a lot of your cheeky comments?
Holy moly! They had to edit my actual cheeks out, and I don't mean these. So they didn't edit them they didn't edit them out in Europe, so you can see everything in Europe. So what they did was they put cameras in my house, every room in my house, for a month, even the bathroom. So they saw me they saw me shower, they saw me do things in the bedroom. It was like they were in my house so much. So they had to edit a lot out. If you see I think if you see the trailer, I'm coming out of the shower, so I'm pixelated everywhere. But I didn't realize in Europe they didn't have to pixelate it. So I'm pretty big in Europe. But um but I was terrified, honestly. They had their video village set up in my pool house so they could see everything going on in my house. And for the first 3 days, I was scared to pee. So I would leave and go somewhere else to go to the bathroom because there were literal cameras in the bathroom. It was daunting. And they had what I call the voice of God they had it rigged the speakers throughout my house so the producers could be like, okay, now we can't see your face, or I could turn this way or do this. Of course, we all know that you know, reality plus a little staging, plus a nudge to give you that oomph for TV. But yeah, they had to edit a few things out because I was pretty wide open in that show.
I'm gonna hit
Very-
Google and finish.
When she says pretty wide open, was that pun intended?
No, well, I mean,
It's
yeah, I
always
thought I was gonna
intended.
trash the show up.
Just-
I don't think they okay. So if we're gonna get real, they actually did. I actually was in the middle of stuff, and they did see some of that. But respectfully, they walked out of Video Village while that was going on.
Very cool. Well, I hope that answers Andy's question.
Thank you, Andy. Now I'm red. I never turn red or blush, but yeah, I'm a little red now. Just I probably shared a little too much information. Cheers.
Andy says, "Well, I'm going to visit my parents in England next month. I'll make sure they taped it." Thanks again, Andy, for the question. Let's see. Matthew White says, "Oh my." Do you have any follow-ups to that? Anything? Tom, have you had to do any scenes where you were nude, or is that something that you kind of steer away from?
It's not anything that's been a big issue. I'm so heavily tattooed that it's been a non-issue because even if you have artist releases, they kind of steer away from that. 'Cause, I mean, my whole torso is tattooed. Don't actually. It's funny you say that. The thing I just did a film for Tubi is the one thing I think I've ever actually had my shirt off. I'm wearing a biker vest, just a biker vest, so you can see most of my tattooing. But yeah, it hasn't been a real issue. Yeah.
I just did a biker movie where I had to wear a biker vest, and you can see all my tattoos also.
She did not.
And but I will tell you, I've never been topless in a movie. I've been asked 3 times, and I've never done it because production didn't have enough money. That was because my agent wouldn't let me because they couldn't come up with the money to do it. So so they just put me in a bra. So there you go. Me and Tom both have been topless in movies, and Tom's been more topless in movies than I have.
Probably, maybe.
All right, we're joined here tonight by Tom Glynn from CREEPSHOW. Kringle, super talented actor that, of course, has been involved with a ton of other films. I just like mentioning CREEPSHOW because we like that show, and Tom was Kringle. Mandy's a big fan, and we're also joined tonight by the super talented, the amazing Tam Taylor, super talented actress and stand-up comedian. If you're just joining in, we played a couple of her clips earlier. She's funny. She's genuinely funny. So make sure you check out some of her shows if she's playing in your area. Make sure to go. I definitely plan on going to see a live show. Do you have any? We're kind of getting towards the hour mark, so I want to make sure that we covered everything. Do you have any questions to ask that we should have asked that we didn't ask? What about score? Want to ask what their score is?
Score.
Yeah, their favorite score. Tom, do you have
for a movie?
Yeah, does Tom have a favorite score, film score?
Not probably what you'd think, but I got that one off the top of my head. That's one of the ones I get into. The original Superman. Just something about that theme song, that musical score. I love it. It's uplifting. I don't know. I just really like that. Anytime I'm in a bad mood, I just hear that. Dun, 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 and that just makes me smile.
Very cool. And then same question for Tam Taylor. Do you have a favorite film score?
I have two. I have two of everything, I think. 2001 Space Odyssey. The
That's
score
good.
to that is
That's good.
amazing. And then American Psycho.
Okay. Those
It's
are
good.
answers
Good.
we haven't gotten yet, but they're good ones.
They are good ones.
Mandy, of course, her favorite score is from Halloween 3.
Halloween 3.
If anyone's just tuning in. I don't know if I have one. We were talking to Colin a couple nights ago, and he mentioned the Phantom Menace, Star Wars Phantom Menace. I think that's a pretty good answer for the score. So, guys, what is your favorite score? If you're watching, let us know in the comments section. What is your favorite score? We'll just wait till you guys tell us. So I'm just kidding. What? Let's see. Heavy metal soundtrack. Okay.
Because since I wrote the script and this is my movie for Killer Pizza, artwork, everything. I want to know what attracted each one of you to the project. Like, what made you want to say, yes, I want to be in this film?
Damn, you want to go first? Me?
I'm glad.
We had talked about this a bit. I like the idea. I like the genre. I told you I like different genres of horror, like little subsections. And I love the idea of like that 80s almost comedic. We mentioned Basket Case earlier. You and I were talking. I just love things like that where it's just so over the top. I really feel like this movie has potential where people go, you got to see this. Like, it's just so crazy. So that probably is what drew me in the most.
Yeah, and I like it because it's comedy and horror, but it's not too scary. There's some comedy in it. And I get to play a strip club manager instead of a stripper. So that's a big plus right now. Because usually I'm playing a stripper. So strip club manager is a step up.
Very cool. Let's see.
What attracted you to the project? Why do you want to be in it? Anthony's going to be in it.
Yeah, I'm going to be in it. I just thought it was cool. We have a lot of cool people attached to it. I mean, we have Tom Glynn from CREEPSHOw. We have Tam Taylor in it. We got Joseph Richmond, Phil Petrano, Colin Fiol. We also have Walter Phelan from House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Leprechaun 2, Wishmaster from Dusk Till Dawn, X-Files, Charmed, Goosebumps. Yeah, I don't know. He's been in everything.
But he's renowned FX artist and puppeteer.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Al Burke, who will be with us tomorrow night,
Don't miss that one.
He was in The Wedding Singer. He wrestled Andre the Giant. He's in the Killjoy franchise. He's a pretty interesting guy. He's been in a bunch of Eminem music videos. He's on Cardi B's newest album cover right now. He's kind of all over the place too, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Nancy Ann Ritter was in Scream.
Nancy, I love Nancy.
Yeah, so
I know Nancy personally too, and she's the sweetest thing. She's a character.
She's funny.
I got to meet Nancy. Nancy Ann, who I interviewed her a few years back for on Behind the Scenes when I was doing a podcast and everything with him. and it actually ended up being a 6 to 7 hour podcast. And the things that she was coming out with, I was genuinely shocked. But she is so hilarious, and she's just so easy to get along.
I wasn't
with,
going to say anything. Yeah.
I'm super excited. I
The
should
most
have had
amazing vulgarity comes out of that sweet little voice.
And I think she's gonna join us one of these nights. We just have to work out the details.
Yeah,
but
she
it'll be a
wants to
blast
come
to get her on.
Yeah, she wants to come on. She's working. She's trying to figure it out to where she can actually squeeze it into her schedule. So I have her on. Anybody's more than welcome to come on and talk with her and everything. It'll be fun.
Andy Parkin wants to know, Tom, what was the movie that you attacked Jean-Claude Van Damme in? I have to rewatch it to find you. I love his.
It is Blackwater. 2 words. It gets confused. There's some other movie about, I can't remember what it was about, but it's black. The whole thing's supposed to take place on a submarine. So that was fun. That was my first real feature film. So yeah, that was cool.
We have Professor Meathead, Conan the Barbarian. Score should be the choice for a savage like Tom.
Brother, it's a close second. It's a close second. That's on my gym playlist. Yeah.
And then we have Todd Peters. I love horror comedy. I've done 9 independent movies as a background actor and a production assistant. Very cool. Check out the campaign for the Indiegogo campaign for.
Todd, you should get involved. Come on, be with us.
Involved, yes.
Let's see. I'm not sure if this is directed towards Tom or Tam or everybody, and I'm not sure who's asking.
Colin?
Oh, it is from Colin. Okay, so this is from Colin Fuel. Any on-set horror stories you can share? Let's go with
I've
Tom.
been lucky. I've never had an issue. I've worked with, I think, a pretty broad number of people, like, smaller films up to some pretty well-known people, and I've never had an issue with anybody. Everybody's always been very professional and sometimes out of their way polite. Like some pretty well-known actors and actresses have just been super nice to me. So I've never had anybody have an issue with me. I've heard stories and seen some things with other people, but no, not really. I don't have anything. It's been great for me.
Same question goes for Tam Taylor. Tam, have you had any on-set horror stories that you can share?
I have not. Everyone has been so good to me, from the makeup people to production. I'm a big personality, so I've got a big mouth. But no, everybody's been great, and I can definitely share some dating horror stories for sure. Some horror relationship stories, but as far as on set, I've had great experiences.
Mandy, do you have any on-set horror stories that you'd like to share?
You know that we do.
That's all right. So
He's like, he doesn't even want to talk about it, but we're making sure that Killer Pizza has the right cast and crew, so nothing happens.
Yeah,
So
well,
far, everybody's wonderful, and I love you all.
one thing that we can talk about is what we call the Kruger curse that we've talked about before publicly.
That was funny, actually. It was funny. I got to experience it first.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll tell the beginning part.
Okay.
Tell the rest.
All right, sounds good.
So, obviously, we had Beatrice Buckley on set with us, and she was from Nightmare on Elm Street, part 5, the Dream Child. I'm like running out of air. Sorry about that. It happens sometimes. But she had shown up, and as soon as she showed up, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. We had an RV that we were in and everything. Where I was doing the makeup and doing the effects and everything on everyone. And as soon as she comes in and I'm supposed to get her ready and everything, the electricity goes out. and there was like no way to get it back on. It's like I went and got the person in charge and stuff like that. There's just no way to get it on until the right person was able to come by like a couple hours later. So I'm sitting there with somebody. It was actually it was
Clifton Taylor, who's a talented upcoming actor. He worked as a production assistant on set with us too.
he was holding lanterns for me so I could do her makeup and like get her wig set and everything. It was crazy. But then there was more, and Anthony could tell you the rest.
So she was sitting around a fire pit. She burned part of her sneaker,
It
melted away. And then when we went to
The whole
film,
bottom melted.
when we went to film, we have these lights that are just light. I mean, they weigh almost nothing. LED lights that we use, and they fell over. These lights don't explode or anything like that, but I think it came unplugged and it kind of startled her. So she referred to the whole thing as the Krueger curse because she says that Freddy is mad at her for being in the Jason movie. She's Freddy's mom, she's not Jason's mom, that kind of thing. So we called it the Krueger curse. And then of course we worked with well that's pretty much the horror story. I was going to say we got to work with Colin in the bar, and we had the real Jason Voorhees with her that night. So that's not really a bet. That was a good experience, but it's kind of cool too.
Yeah, it's when we got to work with Ari and Colin and I forget what the
Base Amp.
I'm sorry. But I had written a short script for them and everything, so that way for Ari and everything. Ari has a really interesting character for the film, and I'm really proud of how everything played out and everything. They all did a wonderful job executing the scenes and everything. So I can't wait for everybody to see it. It was a lot of fun. So that's how we got to meet Colin.
So it is 10 o'clock, and we have someone waiting in the wings. Guest number 3. He's a talented actor and producer. This is Joseph Richmond. Joseph, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Man, I've been delivering slices of revenge all night long, and they tip very handsomely for it too. On top of that,
yeah. So we'll ask you the same question. Do you have any horror stories when it comes to filmmaking?
Horror stories. Man, there's so many. But one that stands out the most for me, I guess back when I was a kid, my mom, you mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street. My mom would never let me watch it because she's afraid I was going to have nightmares and stuff like that. So whenever they'd watch, I think they were watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3 when we were living in Arizona. My dad worked on the farm, and they'd be like, "Hey man, we're going to watch this movie. You can't watch this because you're too young and you might have nightmares. So, go see what your dad's doing and stuff like that." So I go hang out with my dad on the combine while they just got their horror fix. But then later on, as I got older, I was able to sit down and actually watch the whole series. And to me, it wasn't really that scary, but it gave you a little bit of a chill every now and then. So I thought it was pretty cool.
That's okay. We still got a cool story out of it. So Joseph, we have to ask you something. We just announced that Nancy Ann Ritter has joined the cast. She's of course known for being in the movie Scream. So Mandy has to ask you,
what's your favorite scary movie?
Man, my favorite scary movie. Oh man, there's so many to pick. I mean, behind these Blu-rays behind me that I collect. But my favorite one, it's got to be the Saw series.
Saw.
Yeah. That's a
good one. He's going with the whole series too.
Yeah, the whole series. Yes, I have the whole series, including the new one.
What about
Tobin Bell to me is an amazing actor. I love his character. And I've always dreamed of being in one of his Saw movies. Just for the hell of it. Because I love horror. I love all different types of genres, but mostly it's mainly horror and action. Mostly.
So I think I know the answer to this, and I think it's going to be an easy one. Do you have a favorite score from a film?
You know what? There's so many to choose from because anything that's composed by Harry Gregson Williams is one. He did the Unstoppable soundtrack with Denzel Washington and Chris Pine. That's always been like a motivational one for me. Another one, I think I sent you a clip of it. Charlie Closer who composed the score for the Saw films. He actually did a good one on the last one that just came out, and I actually heard that from start to finish. Funny thing about that is it starts kind of melodramatic at first, but then it goes dark real slow, and that's really interesting. Just the way he composed it, the way he arranged it. To me, that's just fantastic work.
So we have a question from Todd Peters that we had gone over this a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Tam Taylor's favorite horror movie is Evil Dead, and Tom Glynn's favorite horror movie he went with The Thing.
That's actually a good one.
That's a great one.
Very
Oh
cool.
yeah.
So
Both really good ones.
Joseph, how did you get started with films?
Well, back in, to make a long story short, because I don't want to ramble, it was back in July of 2019. I was on my way out to go catch a film and grab me something to eat. And I get this message on Twitter, which is now X, from a guy named Mark Zammit. And I didn't even know who he was. And he's the one that actually got me into the whole crowdfunding, Indiegogo, all that stuff. So from then, I just started making contributions to different independent filmmakers. And I ended up setting myself a goal to where, you know, I would either be an actor in indie films, write a score for an indie film, or both. And I think it was about 2 years ago, Josef Gali, who's an amazing award-winning Hungarian director, approached me with a small role for one of his films. And he said that he had one person drop out. He had an opening available and see if I'd like to do it. And I said, sure, why not? And apparently it was a radio announcer. It was a voice role. And I think about a week later after that, he asked me to compose like the very beginning sequence of the film and kind of like sound design and mixing, I guess you could call it. And he got me I told him, I said, hey, dude, just send me the materials. It had to be done by this date. I spent a whole week on it, sent the first submission, had to make a few corrections, sent it back. It was done 2 weeks before the deadline. And ever since then, I've just been, you know, fascinated with becoming a voice actor or a remote actor. And it's just learning the craft and learning, you know, how to act and how not to act and all that stuff. So basically, I've racked up so many producer credits with Indiegogo campaigns that I'm just like, you know what, let's try something different. So I decided to go into acting.
Cool.
To bring up everything because he brought up remote acting. So Joseph is actually going to be in Blood Loss and in Killer Pizza.
Absolutely.
So with the
working
remote,
with everybody.
So with the remote acting role, the people that sign up for that don't have to be on set. So that they film themselves at home. You can use a smartphone or other camera. And then they send us the footage to use in the film, and you get full credit for it, just like any other actor.
Right. You get to do cool interviews like this
with Tom Glynn and Tam Taylor.
Absolutely, yeah.
You get all the perks.
So yeah, donate today. All of your donations go towards the production of the film. We can't make the movie without the donations. We don't do any like private investments. What you see is what we have to make the film with. Actually, what you see is more than what we actually have to make the film with.
But pay for it.
Yep. So it all goes towards the production of the film, and then we have a bunch of cool perks for the backers as well. Of course, right now, as of this moment, the next 39 people to donate $50 or more will get an autographed photo of Kringle from Tom Glynn, in addition to whichever perks you choose. So it's like it doubles the value for you. That's something that no other campaign does. We've done deals like that in the past with Blood Loss, and now we're starting to do it with Killer Pizza. Starting with the man himself, Tom Glynn. So it's very special offer that he's giving to the supporters of the campaign. We appreciate it very much.
Hey, so I got a question for Tom. So Tom, are you playing the actual owner of the pizza joint?
I am, yeah. Tony Man.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, brother.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, that's my pizza in the flesh right there.
There he is. So we actually have a question coming in for Joseph from Andy Parkin. Joseph,
Okay.
what attracted you to getting involved with Amityville Shark House?
Okay, so the thing with that was, really don't want to end up and go here, but I'm going to have to since it is a question. John Phillips was the guy that approached me a while back for Cheer Bloody Murder. And I've invested over a lot of my hard-earned money into his project. And the sad thing about it is, yeah, I did get credit for it, but I never seen the film. And then I tried, he's doing Amityville Karen, he's doing Amityville Shark House. So I figured, I'll help him out, creative, why not? And the thing of it was, every single one of his films that he's done, I've never seen. And quite frankly, I felt like I was robbed. So I've no longer contributed to his films. I mean, yeah, I do have credit for it, but it's probably a movie that I'm never, ever going to see.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
It's for Mandy. So, Mandy, in Killer Pizza, is there going to be actual pizza on the set? Because I love pizza, and I need to know that.
Of course there is.
Hey, man, I
I'm
deliver
hungry.
pizzas too. So
Oh, you deliver
I'm doing
pizzas?
it all night.
Yes. So I want to make sure we have enough pizza on Killer Pizza so that I don't get too hungry and cranky.
We're gonna have good pizza. It's New York pizza.
The best pizza.
Yep, we're gonna have lots of pizza on this set, right?
Lots of
Hey, just out of curiosity, Mandy, is it going to be like the?
think we're joking.
Is it going to be like the really extra large size pizza we're talking about, or just a regular large?
There
There
might
are
be
so many
large,
things
extra
that-
large sheet pizzas.
Like there's so much comedy right here in that one comment. I'm gonna hush. Tom told me to be quiet. Like I saw him. Like he said, "Don't, Pam." There was so much.
Pam and I've known each other for years. I'm like, just
Look, you heard it too.
No,
There was
there's
so much comedy in that one comment, but I'm gonna hush.
He's gonna make a routine about this, just this.
That would be interesting to see, to be honest.
I'll show up for that, I promise.
I second that notion.
All right. Any other questions from the comments section? You feel free to shout them out. We have Tom Glynn from CREEPSHOW.
I really want to hear what Tam has to say, even though Tom's telling her, shh.
She'll tell you. She'll tell you.
Look, she's egging it on, Tom.
Oh
She's like,
my God.
she really.
Tom, look at Tom's face, like, oh God, no.
Oh my
I'm just telling
goodness.
you, I know her. I know where this is gonna go so many directions.
You just said we can't. You want
do
to.
it, do
We
it.
want to keep this show kind of PG-13. So I'm going to refrain from comedy about what size pizza I like.
Okay, I probably shouldn't have said anything. Man, I just instigated this whole thing. Oh Lord. Oh my goodness.
You're all right, bro.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate you,
Anthony's
man.
like, let's go on from this question, please.
Gotta watch out for you.
Yeah, hey, that's cool, man. Shoot, I love networking with people, meeting new people, indie creatives, actors, actresses. It's all good to me, man. I mean, hell.
That's a huge part of the industry is the networking.
Yeah,
A lot.
exactly. Yeah,
If you
I love
look
it.
at my
Discuss pizza
my
sizes.
roles, yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff is from networking with other actors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andy Parkin says, I'm donating more tonight to make sure I can get the bonus autograph from the guy who attacked Jean-Claude Van Damme and lived.
Yes.
Awesome.
Wow, make it
There you
this
go.
with you. That's really nice. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
Todd
Tommy,
Peters
come
has
on,
a question
Tommy.
for all of us. What's everybody's favorite pizza topping?
Ooh.
Am I trying to be healthy or regular? Because healthy, I'd do the grilled chicken and some spinach and not much sauce. Normally, it's just like pepperoni and extra cheese.
And I'm never healthy. So I always do extra cheese, pepperoni, and mushrooms. Always.
Me personally, I got to go with Tom on this one. The only difference is I've changed the experience, but I go with grilled chicken and breakfast bacon.
I don't eat cheese.
Oh
You're
no.
gonna struggle on this.
So I actually order the pizza without cheese on it, and then I get pepperoni,
Half of
and then
it.
I get extra pepperoni.
You know,
We always
somebody,
get a large cheese
Bread and
sandwich,
meat
half of
sauce.
it no
That was
cheese.
terrible.
I got a good story with this actually. Now that you brought that up, Anthony.
No.
I've had customers since you brought this up, Anthony. I've actually had customers that are like gluten-free people, and there's pizzas that I've seen that come out of the oven, like you said, with just sauce and just one topping. I mean, dude, to be honest with you, if it was like Italian sausage or beef or whatever, you look at it, no cheese, just sauce, it's all burnt. You want to look at it and say, man, it's almost like rabbit droppings on a pizza. That's what somebody was
Actually, I have a few different types of pizzas I like.
Well, let us know. What are they?
Of course, I'll eat the regular cheese and pepperoni. I like having multiple toppings on it, like mushrooms, green peppers, banana peppers. I like tomato and onion on it. And then I also like the barbecue pizzas that have the chicken and onion on them with the barbecue sauce.
Those are actually pretty good. I've actually tried.
I got talked into going to a vegan restaurant one time against my will, and I
Oh,
ordered
no.
a piece of pizza there, and they made the cheese out of cashews, and I almost called the police.
How
horrible.
Hey Tim, how was it? Was it horrible or was it?
It was so bad, but I mean, hey, but you know, bad pizza is like bad, you know, like sex. It's good.
Even when it's bad, it's still pretty
Even
good.
when it's bad, it's still pretty good, right, Tom?
Couple times I think like I should now.
Oh Lord. Oh.
What are we left with that?
This has been a very fun. This has been a very fun.
We've learned a lot here.
Podcast. Tonight.
Hey, I actually have a question. Tom, how did you get involved with CREEPSHOW?
Honestly, that's a great question because it was originally my character was originally cast, and I don't know which one. A cast member from The Walking Dead was cast in it. Then COVID happened, and everything got shut down. And when they wanted to come back to film, I believe the gentleman was in Canada and couldn't get back, so they actually just put open auditions for it, and I just auditioned and booked it the old-fashioned way. It's funny because the costume was for somebody, I'm guessing, more slender than me. I think at the time I'm 6 foot. I probably was like 215, 220. Every day to get in that costume, they literally just lubed me up and I mean literally just shoved me in that suit.
Really?
Is that leather? Is that like red leather?
No. It was, but I will tell you that the very first scene, I come out and Greg Nicotero, who was wonderful, he's like very specific about how he wanted me to, make the character work. And the first time I step out, he wanted me to kind of have my legs kind of open. First scene, crotch blows out. First second on set.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
man.
horrible.
If you look really closely, they kept trying to fix it. I'm just wearing like red, like boxer briefs for the rest of the shoot, like under the suit, because I would keep ripping the crotch out.
Tom, you got to admit, man, but that had to have been embarrassing.
do you have like a
Led with
favorite?
that, Tom.
That suit was so hot. I could have cared less. Every day I just sit down, walk down, like just a pair of pants and nothing else. Like I'm done.
Can we? I don't know if you're allowed to say. Can we expect to see Kringle again in another special episode?
I don't really think so. I think it was really a standalone, and we've actually talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
we killed
that
Jason too.
Not that I'm aware of. And I still talk to Greg here and there occasionally. He's just a great guy. The makeup crew, I'm still friends with all of them. Everybody was great on that set. Great crew.
Do you have a favorite memory from working on that set?
Honestly, like, well, I think the thing that meant the most to me, there was a lot of different things because everybody really took good care of me. Greg Nicotero, who's, you know, just famous for The Walking Dead, and he's just like, I don't use the word lightly, a legend in the industry. There's one moment where the suit's really hot, and I'm still trying to make sure I'm doing a good job. And he comes up and he's helping me get some of the battery operated stuff off. He's like, Tom, you've been a trooper. Everybody loves you. I just really appreciate you so much. And it meant a lot for him to say that. Like, he made a point to be encouraging with things. But we had a day where there were pickup shots, and they could have used anybody. And he made a point to go, you know, like, fine, but let's try to get Tom first. And, you know,
Yeah.
but with an extra, you know, day paid, so that was nice too. But yeah,
that's always
just
nice.
everybody was just great on this set. Cast and crew.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do people make a lot of Christmas jokes with you?
No, but the Christmas cards I send out each year are like a lot, not like normal Christmas cards. I was having one shot of me, and I just made that to a Merry Christmas.
I mean,
She's
like,
not here right now, but when I met my girlfriend, I actually met the girl I'm dating now at a convention, and somehow, like, she sat down on my lap. I said something about Merry Christmas. She just went, "No, you did." And I was like, "Oh, that's probably, that was pretty lame." But it's working out pretty good. She's moving here, so.
I mean, it worked.
Was that like a first impression type thing, Tom, or?
No, the first impression was terrible. We did not get along the first night.
Oh.
There's nothing with that. I'm doing this real quick because it's funny to me. The first night we met, we're both pretty heavily tattooed. She looks at my arm and she goes, "Your tattoos are silly." And I look at her and she's literally got a hot dog tattooed here. And I'm like, "Tattoos are silly." And she goes,
What the heck?
"I never said my tattoos weren't silly. I just said yours were." And I'm like, "I don't even know you." And that was our first meeting. And he's moving here Sunday.
Wow.
So it worked out.
Hey, opposites attract. I'll tell you that.
It works. I can't explain it, man.
I hear you. Mm.
Any other questions for him?
No.
No. Did we ask everything that we should have asked about CREEPSHOW?
I think you asked a lot of questions about CREEPSHOW.
I did. I asked all the good
No, I'm
ones. I don't
sending you
know
a
if,
request whenever I
Yeah.
get off
Did you have a favorite actor that you worked with on CREEPSHOw?
On Creep, that's a good question.
Mm.
Again, I don't believe everybody was wonderful on the show, like cast, crew, everybody was great. And again, I'm in the suit, so it's painfully hot. So everybody's just out of the way nice to me.
Mm.
I'd say I probably out of the cast, I've stayed in touch with Derek Russo a little bit more than some of the other cast. But yeah, and Candy, again, everybody was great.
So you did have favorites.
Yeah, he had favorites. So do you and Derek do any conventions together?
Not really. No, he's booking really well. He played Ryan, I believe. He's one of the main werewolf in the thing. I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody. And he's a really big, muscular. I'm 6 foot right now. I'm probably like 230. I look just tiny next to Derek. He's just a big, jacked guy, and he's booking a lot of great stuff. So I'm really happy to see he's doing well.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Tom. You're 6'2", so am I.
I guess I'm a fairly big guy. Right now I'm 6 foot 230-ish. I bulked up for the last movie I did, and we're trying to come back down.
Mm. I think I'm at the 6'2", about 228-ish, 227-ish.
Yeah, we're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah. I'll send you a request when we get down here.
Sure thing, bud.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm 6'5", 380.
She's not.
Oh, wow.
No. Lying. So yeah, I think we covered a lot of cool things with CREEPSHOW. I don't know if we'll be able to get Tom on to in this capacity to talk about CREEPSHOW again. So I wanted to make sure that we got all those questions out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You better. My phone's
Show's
about to die.
holiday
You better ask me
special
now.
is called Shapeshifter Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. Shapeshifters
So if
Anonymous.
anybody's looking for it,
Yeah.
watch it. I remember when I seen it, actually, I was with my best friend April down in Florida. We had our projector screen on the wall and everything. It was me, my kids, her and her kids. This was way before I met you.
You know,
You told me this
funny-
story. I don't know why you're looking at me.
you know, the weirdest thing that happened to me, I think it's about a couple of years ago, or I should say when I first made my acting debut as a voice actor, and I heard the trees whispering. The one thing I never ever imagined or pictured was me winning an actual Indie Film Award for my first time out. Sure enough, I did. Didn't even expect it. Just happened. So that was just weird. But a
Good for
good
you.
feeling. Yeah. It's weird.
So we have a question coming in for Tam. Tam, Andy Parkin wants to know who has been your easiest target or most fun to make jokes about when doing stand-up?
Oh, that's easy. Myself. That's literally the best person to make jokes about is yourself because they're so close to you and they're so funny. So yeah, just self-deprecating comedy is the easiest, it's the funniest, and it's the most honest, I think.
I love comedy.
Very cool. Thank you to Andy Parkin for asking that question. We're here live with Tom Glynn from CREEPSHOW, very talented actor who, of course, has been in a bunch of other projects, but we've been promoting the CREEPSHOW thing. Tam Taylor, who is a super talented actress and stand-up comedian, very funny, and Joseph Richmond, talented actor and producer.
Did we ask Joseph how he got into acting?
Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah.
that was the first thing I asked, I think.
Yeah, that was the first thing you asked, yeah.
Yeah, it was either,
Okay.
well, what was your favorite scary movie? And then
No,
and then
yeah.
I think. Any other questions that we should have asked Joseph? So Joseph, you write music. Do you have any songs that'll be in any upcoming films that the people can look out for?
Actually, there was when I did I Hear the Trees Whispering, I was actually credited for a 28-second track that I wrote called Torment. It's an instrumental track, which it took me about a few days to write. He didn't want it. It was part of the beginning sequence that I had to do the sound design and mixing for the beginning of that movie. And I asked him, I said, could I end up and, put some of my own music in? He's like, sure. So I was able to filter that into one of the radio announcer segments at the very beginning of the film. So I got credit for that at the end of the film. I'm also working on my debut solo album. I got half of it done. It's just all about mixing, mastering, and writing lyrics and stuff. So still working on that. But I'd like to get more of my music in independent films if anybody was wanting to. I think me and you talked about that earlier this afternoon. But
Yeah,
you and Mandy have to discuss that though.
So if any filmmakers out there are looking for someone to work with and to get some songs in their film, reach out to Joseph Richmond. Might be something in the works there.
I'm actually and you know what's funny, if y'all are wondering why, this here, I had this specially designed because of my independent label. And on the side, I don't know if y'all can see it, but on the side, that's my label. I designed that myself. So
very cool. Do you have any questions about Joseph's music?
No.
So let's see. Do you have a favorite movie that you wrote a song for?
That's a good question. I want to say, like I said, going back to my first film where I debuted as a voice actor, that's probably one of my best works. And I've been wanting to try to incorporate some of my music out with other independent projects, independent films. because I like to share my creation with the world, you know, and let people know what I can do. I mean, I'm old school, so something I had told you, Anthony, earlier, and I'll tell everyone here. There's a old school hip hop artist called Lighter Shade of Brown, LSOP, led by ODM, which is Robert Gutierrez. I reached out to him one day because I wrote a track that I've gotten positive feedback on from music composers, award-winning music composers, and of course my family. So I reached out to him. He sent me his email and said, "Yeah, man, send it to me. I'll listen to it." Within 5 minutes, I got a response back saying, "Yeah, man, right on. It's got that old school feel, that second snare slapping." So whenever you get a comment like that from somebody that's already in the industry for more than a decade, that tells you that you're on the right track with something. So that's what I've kind of been working on, because I'm old school. I'm not, you know, all this new school stuff.
Very cool. We're winding.
How excited are you to be working on Blood Loss and Killer Pizza?
Man, I'll tell you what, Mandy, you guys have come up with an amazing story for both. I love the concept. I love the story. I mean, hell, Killer Pizza's got everything: henchmen, strippers, and of course, mob hitmen and stuff like that. That's awesome. I like it. I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to, you know, be a part of the cast along with Tom and Tam and Colin, and especially Phil Petrano, who was on last night. We got to saw him.
Yeah, Anthony's gonna be in it.
And of course, you guys. But I'm very excited and looking forward to getting my remote part filmed and get sent to y'all, so y'all can get that in post-production.
Very cool. We're excited to work with Joseph and Tom and Tam. We're starting to kind of wind down a bit. I just want to make sure we got everything out there. Tom and Tam have been with us for a while tonight, giving us their time. Very grateful. And of course, we were joined by.
I'm gonna keep talking.
Joseph.
I'm gonna keep everybody on.
You can go ahead and ask me something.
I'm gonna cut you guys. Listen, my phone's about to die, so I was about to be like, guys, I gotta go. I'm
Hey, I
literally
got
about
mine
to
on the
fucking
charger.
go.
So
Mine's
we're here
on the
with
charger.
Tom Glynn. I think he's probably gonna. It sounds like he's probably gotta go soon. So just
It's
wanted to thank
about
you
to
again.
go.
What was that?
It's about to go, but I just want to say again, I'm really excited about the project. I think this is something that could really be special. From everything we've talked about, I think we're all on board about where it's going. I'm really excited about that. I'm glad we're all getting to do this.
Oh yes, I'm happy for it too. I love it.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Tom. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure. We appreciate you being here very much. We're super
Oh, my
excited
pleasure.
to work with you. Again, the next 39 people to donate $50 or more to the Indiegogo campaign for Killer Pizza will get a free autograph from Tom Glynn for the Kringle character from Creepshow.
Mm-hmm.
It's an offer that nobody else kind of gives you from other campaigns, but it's something special that Tom wanted to do for the backers. So donate tonight and get your autographed photo of Kringle from Tom Glynn. The real Tom Glynn. I told you guys he was going to be here.
I'm the real Tom
But for
Glynn.
me, that's it.
Again, Tom, thank you so much. We'll
Thank you, guys.
catch up with you soon.
Thank you, Tom,
Good
for
night, guys.
everything.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Tom.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
And we're still here with Tam Taylor and Joseph Richmond. Tam, I'm not sure how long we have you here, so I wanted to make sure we were able to get all of your social media plugs in and anything else that we should have mentioned that we didn't mention. So if the fans, I know they're going to see this and want to come follow you on social media, so where can they find you?
I'm at the Tam Taylor on everything, on Facebook, on Instagram, on the X. I'm not on X a whole bunch. Honestly, I'm a little old school now. So MySpace, no, I'm just joking. I'm on Facebook a lot. I'm kind of on TikTok. I've got like maybe 2 followers on TikTok. I don't know, because I don't know how to do it. That's the only reason.
I don't either. That's why I'm not on it.
I don't know how to do it. But yeah, if you want to follow me, you can do that. Also, I think my website it's either tamtaylor.com or thetamtaylor.com. I can't remember. I think it's tamtaylor.com. And if you follow me on Facebook, I promise I will be much better about posting where my comedy is. And I really hope everyone comes out to see me. And if you come out to see me, say hey. I'm really super excited about Killer Pizza. That's making me excited. And I love the fact that Mandy's daughter had the idea.
That is
That
awesome.
intrigues me that she had the idea and that Mandy is making that dream come true, along with, with Anthony or Tony. I don't know what to call you anymore. So I
You
feel
can
like
call
I'm
me
going to call you
Anthony.
Tony now since we're good friends.
He never
I don't
goes
know.
by Tony.
Oh, really?
That's all right.
Probably not Tony. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited about the whole thing. And so yeah, find me on Facebook on Farmers Only. Hell, I don't know where I'm at.
We'll include all of your social media and the comments and everything so everybody can find you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm all right.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if Tam, you've been here for a while. I don't know, when
Yeah.
when we're gonna lose you. So
I'm gonna run and get some food. I'm probably going to get some pizza. Like
Sounds-
probably gonna order some pizza.
sounds like the perfect thing to eat.
Um,
Thank you so much for being here with us. Hopefully we'll be able to get you on again.
Thank
We were
you for having
super
me.
grateful for you for being
Thank
here
you,
tonight.
Tam.
Great to meet you, Tam.
You two, you guys
Bye,
have a great night.
Bye, Tam.
Bye.
And we're here with Joseph Richmond, talented actor and producer. Of course,
Absolutely.
he joined at 10 o'clock, so I just wanted to make sure we got some time to talk to you here.
Yeah. I got plenty of time at this point.
So,
Basically, man, it's like now this is my downtime, so I'm good. You guys are good.
awesome. So, if anybody in the comment section has any questions for Joseph,
Bring it
feel
on.
free to ask. While we have him here, the real Joseph Richmond in the flesh.
Right. Bring it on.
So Joseph's part of Friday the 13th Blood Loss and Killer Pizza. He's been a huge supporter, and we're super grateful for all that.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to get him on to talk with us tonight and to get to spend some time with him.
Most definitely.
So we haven't had too many technical difficulties tonight, which is good.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's a good thing too, man, because it's clear as day, better than the last one. But
awesome. Yeah, I don't know.
I just hope Phil doesn't, come after me and beat the shit out of me or something. No, I'm just kidding.
My headset keeps breaking up, but I swear that he just says somebody's coming to beat the shit out of him.
No, I was joking, Mandy.
No, he's joking about Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil or you?
One of us.
Well, he was talking about the technical difficulties from last night that you guys had.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all good.
So, what other are you excited for any movies that are coming out? Like any big movies or independent films, or what are you most excited for?
That is a good question. I'm actually excited for the fact that it took them years to finally make this Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley. I'm waiting for that to come out in July. I saw the trailer for it on Netflix. I'm super excited about it because they're bringing back all the originals from the very first one. You got Judge Reinhold, John Ashton, Bronson Pinchot, Paul Reiser, all coming back. Eddie Murphy's coming back. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for Bad Boys 4 to come out in June. I'm just waiting for them to do a trailer. I'm a big Jerry Bruckheimer fan. I love his films. Me and my dad actually, we've been a big fan of his films for a while. I got some of his Blu-rays right behind me. So I'm excited for those two, for sure. And not to mention, I'm excited for Killer Pizza to be made. And for that to come. I'm also excited for Blood Loss to come out.
Yeah, he couldn't forget that.
See how that comes out. Because the concept trailer that you guys have put together, to me, I loved it. It was phenomenal.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
speaking of which, Todd Peters has a question. What's your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
Ooh, man. I know there's 8 of them. And they got Freddy versus Jason. I got to go with, to be honest, I got to go with the original, first one, because it's like a whodunit type thing, and you think, oh, Jason's the one killing all these people, when in actuality, it was his mom. And then that final battle scene, wicked. That's got to be my all-time favorite right there.
That's my favorite too, the original. And then we mentioned earlier that Mandy's favorite is part 2.
Really?
Part 2, that had Jason.
Yep.
Well, that's when you get to see Jason actually start killing everybody.
Hey, Mandy, let me ask you. Here's the question for you. Did you ever watch the remake that Michael Bay did?
Yeah, the Friday the 13th remake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I actually liked that one too. That was actually pretty good too.
Yep, they did a good job. East Coast Haunters wants to know, where will we be able to get Blood Loss from Indiegogo? So if you go to the campaign for Friday the 13th Blood Loss on Indiegogo, we have Blu-rays available and digital downloads. And it's
the only way you'll be able to get
you can get it.
See it.
So,
yeah, because they're not going to air it on YouTube, guys. So, go to that Blood Loss campaign, hit that donate button, get you that perk, because once it's gone, it's gone.
That's the easiest way to get it.
That's right.
And then people that donate, they know that I'm pretty good about combining perks and doing discounts and things too. See some stuff that you like, reach out to me, and I'll put something together for you. Send you a secret link, save you a few bucks.
Yeah, don't miss out, because you'll be that person sitting there wishing that you had done it, and you'll sit there and cry.
You'll be crying.
Hey, to be honest with you, Anthony, you've done a lot in my deal, because I have a lot of perks. And that reminds me, I was wanting to tell you. Yes, I did receive the X prop. However, I'm going to get a glass case to put it in.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the only problem is I haven't got one ordered yet.
He got the axe that we used in Blood Loss, and he's going to put it in a glass case.
Oh, that's cool.
We used a Camp Crystal Lake sign in a scene with Ari, and one of the producers, Tim Jones, he makes the masks that we use. They're high-end, high-quality masks. He goes to all the conventions and sells the masks. So from now on, he's going to have that sign with him. It's autographed by Ari. It was screen used in the movie. Then he's going to have it set up with the Blood Loss masks for sale. So if anyone's out, it's Top Notch Hawks. Look out for Tim Jones. You get to see the real Camp Crystal Lake sign in action.
Yeah.
Here's a good story for you, Anthony. Now that you mentioned conventions, about, I want to say, let's see, when was this? Back in March of 2022, I drove down to the Cult Classic Convention down in Bastrop, Texas. One of the guys who was directing a film called Butcher's Bluff, directed by William Enstone. I actually went down there and actually got to meet him in person, along with 2 of the actors that were also in that film. Along with, got to meet his mom, which she was such a super nice lady. And at the same time, I got a Butcher's Bluff poster autographed by Bill Johnson, who played Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So I got to meet him in person. He was a cool dude.
Very cool.
That is very cool.
Yep. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is, of course, a huge cult favorite of Texas Chainsaw fans. Also featuring Bill Moseley, who's super popular. Can't go wrong with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Another horror comedy, I might add. In a favorite one at that. Right.
The remake was that, when they did the remake for it, they had a R. Lee Ermey in it, and then in the first two remakes of it, Jessica Biel in there and all that. To me, it wasn't even that bad, but it's not going to compare to the original.
Yeah, I think it's probably you know, I always kind of rank that one as like second in the franchise.
Yeah.
The original is definitely, I think, the best horror movie ever made. It's behind it. It's actually behind us. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right here.
I actually, you know, to be honest with you, I actually got the original on Blu-ray back here in my collection over here.
Yeah, it's a must-have. Definitely, I think the best horror movie ever made. Anthony Keeler says, really enjoying these lives. And Anthony Parkin wants to know if we could please go over the killer pizza perks that are still available before we sign off.
Before we do that, though, I wanted to bring up again that Joseph Richmond is doing the remote acting perk. And I wanted to ask you, what appeals to you to where you had wanted to sign up for that?
Well, I just like to try different things. You know, when it comes to voice acting is one because, you know, you got to end up and, you know, when the script is sent to you, you look at it and you're like, okay, how many takes do you do for this one? How many takes do you do for that one? You know, remote acting, the one thing that I haven't done yet is remote acting. And to me personally, that's something that appeals to me in a way to where if I can master one thing, I like to progress. It's all about progression. And eventually, you know, from voice acting to remote acting to eventually one day being on set with you guys and actually being in front of a camera and actually, you know, doing the scene, eventually we'll get to that point. I'm just kind of slowly, I don't want to rush into it. I like to slowly work my way into it.
Very good.
Good answer. All right.
It was a very good answer.
Yeah.
I wanted the viewers to see, like, if there was anyone who's interested in getting into acting, or there's some people out there that are wanting to find something fun to do. It's just a really quick, easy way to get involved with the project. You'll get that IMDb credit. You get to be in a film with some really cool actors.
You get real credit just like any of the other actors, so it's a easy, quick, cheap way to get involved.
You know, if I can expand on that, you know, anybody that's, let me tell you guys something, anybody that's watching this, you know, I never knew anything about Indiegogo campaigns until, you know, like I said, Mark got me involved. And, you know, when you rack up so many producer credits for so many independent films, it's like, okay, you got so many of this, so where's the other balance? So that's why I wanted to try acting, just to see how well I can be. And, you know, it takes time, progression. And like Anthony and Mandy have said in their previous podcasts, you don't need an agent. You don't need an acting coach. You don't need, you know, special people to get your foot in the door. Just make that contribution, pick that perk, and trust me, you will do fine. Now me, when I did Aftermath in voice acting, my roommate actually was in this office, and she ended up and came up with the idea of like, look, I had to do 3 different takes for each line that I was scripted for. And she came up with the idea of, why don't you end up and do it with different emotion? Like, do one take with this emotion, do one take with that emotion. That way it gives the director options to choose from. Sure enough, I did that, and there you go. So it was actually fun. I enjoyed it too.
Will we get a lot of amazing gore?
God, I hope so.
I didn't hear you.
Will we get a lot of amazing gore?
Gore?
Gore.
With killer pizza?
Like blood and guts is what he's mentioning.
Yeah, everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Sweet.
So we wanted to take some time to go over the Indiegogo perks, but
Go for it.
first I wanted to make sure that we got all of your social media stuff out there for the people that want to follow you or contact you. What's the best way to get a hold of you if they want to work with you on a movie?
Yeah, the best way I'm mostly on Instagram and Facebook. So on Instagram, I'm at Richmond_Joseph. And on Facebook, just Joseph Richmond. Just look me up. It'll say 6-time indie film winner. I usually respond to everybody and talk with everybody. And then, of course, you ever get those messages on Facebook where, oh, I'm sorry for intruding your profile, this and that, but, and then it ends up being spam. So I kind of filter all that out. But best way to contact me would be basically through Instagram and Facebook.
Very cool. So is there anything that we should have mentioned that we didn't get to?
No, man, I think you guys about covered it. I mean, I had a blast, like I said, I came on late, like I said, we got busy, but,
yeah, we did a longer episode tonight, something special for people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. And, and for you guys watching and anybody that watches this, supporting, be a part of the filmmaking process like I've been doing for the last 5 years. Select a perk, help these guys out, help them make the best film possible, because they want to put out a good product for you guys, for anybody that donates to either Blood Loss or Killer Pizza. I'm excited to be a part of both projects. I'm thankful for Anthony for reaching out to me during Blood Loss. I'm thankful for Mandy for allowing me the opportunity to be in Killer Pizza. And I think your daughter came up with a great idea, and it's awesome. It's got everything a horror genre should need.
Very cool. With that, let's go over some perks. Maybe Joseph could comment on some of them, because Joseph's gotten a bunch of perks, and he can kind of add to it too, and
go ahead, guys.
Different perspective.
Yeah, I'll help you guys out.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, all right, let's get into the nitty gritty. So we have a bunch of different custom perks. Right now we have a special on an acting perk. Join the cast. You get a line in the film and official IMDb credit. This one is a custom role that's only $4.99. It's a pretty affordable, easy way to get on set and work without breaking the bank. So travel and lodge is not included with most of the perks. So with this one, you would have to cover your own travel and lodge, but it's an easy way to get your foot in the door if you're looking to invest in yourself and get some experience on set networking without. I mean, if you have an agent, if you've taken acting classes, if you have a demo reel, if you have IMDb Pro, and you have a resume, and you have all this cool stuff, that's awesome. This isn't taking away from that. But if you don't have that stuff, you can still get involved without needing all that. So you can try it out, see if you like it. If you're already involved with acting, you can expand your resume. It's an easy way to gain more experience, to get new footage for a reel. And it's just
an awesome opportunity, and those funds help us make the film.
Absolutely.
It's a donation. It's not you. Really, it's like some people look at it a little differently, and it's just honestly just a donation helping us make this film possible.
Then we have some autographed 8x10s. They're Killer Pizza. We have 3 different options to choose from, and then we have a 3-pack with all of them together. They're autographed by Mandy and then shipped out to you guys. You can collect all 3 and help us get the movie made. Then we have an IMDb thank you credit. It's only $20. So for $20, this is the cheapest, easiest way to get yourself an official producer credit on the film, or I'm sorry, an official IMDb credit on the film.
What are you doing, Bliss?
So you get official IMDb credit. You're listed in the end credits of the film under the thank you section. It's a pretty common perk that you'll see across campaigns. but you want to get it from this campaign, obviously. But that's just an easy way to add a credit to your IMDb page. If you don't have a page, we create one for you too, so you don't have to.
Yeah, that's what they did for me. Oh, and not to mention too, anybody that donates for those IMDb credits, bragging rights are included.
Yep.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of different merchandise. We have a couple different different T-shirts now. You can check those out. Starts at $27 for a T-shirt, but then we have different combo packages where you can get a bunch of custom merchandise and save money that way. So you can get the hat with the shirt, with the mug, with the custom pizza box, which we haven't shown that off yet. Here's
Oh,
the
yeah. Well, I need to see that.
Tonight.
Now, see,
Here's
that
the
right
pizza
there
box.
is that MANDEE right there is a pure masterpiece right there. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
so
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
the
For
people that
those who
sign
are
up.
watching who don't know, I actually painted this by hand.
I
I
want
had
one.
drawn up the actual box on my poster and everything. It's a digital drawing that I use because I use my iPad with Adobe and everything.
Mhm.
So what I did was I decided I needed the actual pizza box for a teaser trailer that we're going to film. So I painted this with acrylics.
I want one.
So for the people that sign up for one of the combos that come with a custom pizza box, it would look like this pizza box, just a little bit smaller, and then it'll come with all of the killer pizza merch in it.
But
Hey,
with
you know,
the
man-
pizza boxes
you know, man-
from the film, I'm actually going to, like, especially with this one, I'm going to autograph it and then offer it on the campaign after we film the teaser.
You know, MANDEE, I'll tell you what, if you end up and do that, I will get one, and I promise you one thing, I'll get a glass case for it because that's where it's going to go.
Very cool. All right. So next up is the DVD. I like to collect the physical merchandise. So for the people that like that, we have the DVD available. It's $30 plus shipping, but it helps us get the movie made, and it's something that your friends probably won't have. So it's kind of cool to have on the shelf and to pop it out and say, I got the Indiegogo DVD.
You know, and that was the thing too. I was telling some of my guys that I worked with this morning about that. I told them, I've been trying to get them to get involved because I told them, I said, look, you know, they got amazing perks on there. You need to get the DVD because you're not going to be able to, or the digital download, because you're not going to be able to get it on YouTube or anything like that. So, I mean, you know, I'm trying to help you guys spread the word a little bit.
It won't be on YouTube. We can promise it won't be on YouTube.
Oh, no.
So next is the special thank you credit, which is like the thank you credit, but it's special. So you're normally included on a list with fewer names. It's a little more prestigious.
Then you have me
I think.
singing thank you.
What?
No.
It's so with this you get an official IMDb special thank you credit, and then your name is featured in the end credits of the film under the special thank you section. That's only $30.
It'll be in the end credits, me singing thank you to everybody.
Man, you know what, guys, it's, you know, that these IMDb thank you credits are worth it because I got about 11 of them on my resume right now.
They're cheap, and it's an easy, cheap credit way to build your resume and get your name seen in the film. So when you're watching it, you could take a screenshot and upload it on Facebook and say, like, look, my name's in the credits.
You know, it's funny, you know, and yeah, I was actually credited 4 times.
IMDb score.
I was actually credited 4 times in I Hear the Trees Whispering. One as an actor, one as associate producer, one as sound designer, mixer, and music, all in one film.
Very cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, these campaigns are an easy way to kind of get running. You know, get your feet in the door without breaking the bank. You know.
Exactly.
How come I can't play the piano in the credits and sing the thank yous?
Then we have the Killer Pizza Backpack. It's a drawstring bag, custom bag that we just added to the campaign. It's only $35 plus shipping. It's super cool looking if you guys haven't seen it. It's one of my favorites. Then we have the autographed 3-pack. Now here's my new favorite. It's Killer Pizza Hoodie that we just added with the brand new Killer Pizza design that we came up with. And it's $49 plus shipping. This is a cool one. So you can name a character in the movie for only $49. So we can name a character after you, your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you could do what
Any way
I
you
did.
want.
I named the pizza after my dad, and I named the stripper after my mom.
So you guys can get two of them. Name one after your mom. Name the other after your dad. Only $49. You can't beat that. Less than $50. Oh my God. Then of course we have the big and meaty combo, which is the first of our combo offers. Comes with the custom pizza box that we talked about before, the DVD, the T-shirt, and a thank you credit, IMDb thank you credit. You can't beat that for $80 plus shipping. You get the custom merchandise bundle with the thank you credit, so you get to see your name in the film. If you're an author, do you have that book? So
Yes,
this is
I
a cool
do.
one. If you're an author, you get your book seen in the film for only $99. This is from someone that signed up for the perk.
Her name's Becca.
And we've been showing this book off every night, by the way, too. So it's not just
That's a good idea too.
Yeah,
more
we
people
try to do as much as we can with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Get some more people involved in it.
Yeah.
It's a really fun way to get involved with the film. I have a lot of friends that are authors and everything that got really excited over this. So you don't want to miss out.
Cool.
It's a super cheap way, and it's actually a very eventful way to get involved and have your work promoted.
Then if you want to see your face in the movie, we have a couple different super cheap options. You can get your picture in the movie for only $99. So you send us a picture of yourself, we add that to the film. And then the other option is a missing person flyer. So we can, for $99, we'll add your face to a missing person flyer, and that includes the IMDb credit too.
Speaking of missing person flyers, we have a missing person flyer that has Al Burke on it for blood loss.
Yep, Al Burke will
he'll be on
with us tomorrow
night.
night.
Oh, nice. Definitely. I'll definitely tune in for that for sure.
The next combo is called the Feel Good Combo. I don't know if I asked enough money for this one, so grab it now before we increase the price. It's called the Feel Good Combo. It's only $99. You get the new T-shirt, the DVD, the hat, and you get a special thank you credit. So I probably should have asked a little bit more for that one, but grab it before we raise the price.
Before he changes it.
Yeah, it'd probably go up another $50.
Yeah.
Your song in the film. So we were talking to Joseph earlier about how he writes songs and gets them in the film. So if anyone out there kind of wants to start doing that too, and you don't know how to get started, this is an easy, cheap way. You don't have to do anybody fancy. It's just $100. You send us whatever song you've been working on that you'd like to hear in the film, and then we add a clip of the song in the movie, and you get full credit for it too. So.
See, that's what I'm saying. You and Mandy will have to discuss that because I know 5 people already signed up for that already.
Yeah, 5 people did. With that, there are a lot of questions where some people do ask us if the music gets put onto a soundtrack and stuff like that. It's just literally the clip of your song in part of the movie, and
I wouldn't mind
anything else.
I wouldn't mind
The artist gets the full credit.
I wouldn't even mind if it was just a clip. I'd be cool with that.
Yep. Then we have you can get your voice in the film. It's only $100. So if you want to start doing voiceover roles, you don't know how to get started, this is an easy, cheap way to get started. You don't have to be seen on camera. So you don't have to worry about what you look like or getting to set or anything like that. You record yourself at home. We give you something to say. You record it, send us the audio, and then we add that to the movie. It's a super easy thing.
Doing a voice role for an upcoming film.
Yep. And then you get full credit for it too, for being a voice actor in the film.
I opted for that because of my health.
Oh.
Then we have the background extra perk. With this one, you can join us on set for a day. We normally charge a minimum of $199 for the perk. Right now, it's on sale for $149. So you save some money on it. You get to join us on set for a day. It includes a meal, but you have to cover your own travel and lodge. But it's an easy, cheap way to get involved, to get on set, to network and meet people that are there on the day that you're there. And
It's
just an easy
a great way to get
started.
involved with the film. It's a really fun way. If you never acted or anything and you're not, there's a lot of people that are actually wanting to be in the film, but they're too shy. So that's a perfect way to be involved in everything. And there's a lot of people that actually go for it.
It's actually you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta have confidence in yourself. You know, that's going to be the two main things, and that's the one thing I've learned, and I'm still learning. And Mandy, you mentioned that you have a voice role in another film coming up. You said
He's asking about your voice role.
The voice role, yeah. I'm going to be in Troy Oakley's film coming up. That's how you say his last name?
Elke. Troy Elke's movie.
No, Troy Elke. Sorry, Troy. But yeah, he has a Air from Mars film, and I'll be doing a voice role in that.
I got another voice role coming up too with Joseph Ghali's film, The Black Eyed Children. I'm going to be getting something on the week of March 25th.
Very cool.
To find out what my role is.
The next perk is a brand new combo package. It comes with the T-shirt with the new design on it, DVD, hat, the custom pizza box, special thank you credit, and it comes with the mug, which you can't get the mug on its own. You have to get one of the combos to get the mug. So
wait a minute. You get mugged or you get a mug?
You get a mug. The combo is only $140. The combo is only $149 right now, plus shipping. So that's another custom special offer. Get yourself a custom poster with you on the poster. So it's a custom poster of you. It's $199. So Mandy sits there, draws up a picture of you based on photos that you send, and then we get we turn it into a poster and get that printed out for you.
So yeah, so it's not a photograph of you; it's a drawing.
So the remote, yeah.
I just got like a whole bunch of those posters, and well, no, actually a bunch of indie film posters I created or invested in. I need to get one for you. You know, hey Mandy, when you actually do an official movie poster for Killer Pizza, it's going on this wall along with everybody else's. Same with Blood Loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, remote acting. So this is what we've been talking about.
Right.
The remote acting perk, you can film yourself at home using your smartphone or other camera. We send you something to do. It's a custom role that's meant for you. We make sure that it's something that you can do. And then you send us the footage, and we add the footage to the movie. It's an easy, quick way, cheap way to start acting or to get involved. It's only $199 for the perk. You get full credit just like any other actor. And then you can tell people that you were in the movie with Tom Glynn and Joseph Richmond and Tam Taylor and Walter Phelan and Al Burke and Nancy Ann Ritter and all that stuff. And you get full credit
cool
for
interviews with them.
Yep, you get to do cool interviews. We invite most of these people to do fun things with us.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys, because I know Anthony texted me over the weekend and, told me about it. And I want to thank you guys for the invite and everything. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
No doubt.
We have an exotic dancer role. This is kind of like a little bit better than being a background extra for anyone that's interested. You can be a dancer in the film. It's $249. Travel and lodge are up to you to cover.
It's no nudity, just in case you're wondering.
No nudity.
No
nudity.
Yeah, it's just dancing and impressing the mob boss.
And then you have the associate producer credit, which is pretty popular. A lot of people have gotten secret perks, including the associate producer credit.
I actually got the assistant producer credit.
What's that?
I actually got the assistant producer credit the moment the campaign went live.
Yeah, we don't offer that one anymore. That was just a special deal for the first day to get that.
First
But
day.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I did get that actually.
yeah. So now we have the associate producer credit. It's only $250. You get official credit as a producer on the film. So the second you get this, we can add it to your IMDb profile. If you don't have a profile, we just make one for you. It's not a big deal. And then you get your names in the credits under the associate producer section. You can tell everybody that you produced the movie, full bragging rights included. It's an easy way to get started and to start somewhere, right? Somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
Or to add to your
it's,
resume.
and to be honest, like I said, it took me about 2 years or so after being in the business and whatnot before I got my first role. So never give up. There's plenty of campaigns that will, they'll end up and they'll charge you $100, $500 for an acting role. You're not going to get a better deal than what they're offering you. So I say do it.
So here's one. Join the cast as a busser. It's kind of like another little bit better than just being the background extra. Join us on set and fill that role. It's only $2.99. Travel and lodge are up to you to cover. Again, a lot of these, if you're interested, especially if you're interested in multiple perks or one of the bigger perks, send me a message. I normally try to work out deals for people or include something extra for you or whatever. So join the cast is the cleaner, mafia cleaner. This is a cool one. It's only $2.99. Demo reel. You can get yourself a custom demo reel. So if you're in the film and you have a bunch of scenes and you want to add it to your demo reel, or if you just need a demo reel, we'll get all of your footage together. We'll put it together, edit it, and then send it to you so that you can use it to hopefully land different roles in the future. Product placement.
That's what I'll need to look into.
Yeah. Product placement. We have a few different options for this. The first one's $2.99. You can get your brand logo or product featured in the film in a scene. It's only $2.99. And for example, if you have a podcast, we'll put your podcast on a T-shirt. Have somebody wearing the T-shirt in the movie. Pretty easy way to get your brand seen in the film.
Whenever you mention it, all I can think of is Wayne's World.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clip of that to show everybody.
The associate producer combo. Associate producer combo is only $300. So the associate producer is $250. For $50 more, you get the Killer Pizza poster, T-shirt, and DVD included. So it's pretty easy way to get the merchandise with the credit. That's what I would do if you're going for the associate producer perk. For $50 more, you get the DVD. You get to see yourself in your name in the credits. Get to see the movie. Get a T-shirt. Get the poster. Get the whole thing. So then there's another one here, remote acting, like we talked about before, and the associate producer perk together for only $3.99.
That's
pretty easy way to go to get yourself in the film and to get the producer credit.
Basically, you get 2 credits for the price of 1.
Yeah, exactly. The regular producer credit is $400. That's kind of like the mid-tier credit for the campaign. Acting a scene as a bartender, $4.99 with this one. You get it'll be needed on set for 1 or 2 days. It does include a speaking line. Official credit is given. Travel and lodge are up to you to cover. Product placement level 2. This is another product placement perk. So if you have a business, you want your logo, brand, or product in the film, it's only $4.99. It'll be featured in several scenes. So it's kind of like the one that we talked about before, but with this one, we'll be able to show off your brand a lot more in the film. It won't just be in the one scene. It'll be throughout the film. Join the cast as the maid. The maid has 2 speaking lines. So if you're looking at that custom role for $500 and you think that you might be better off with the maid, it's only $100 more. You get some extra dialogue. Let's see, executive producer combo. So there's only one of these. So the executive producer credit on its own is normally $9.99. We have one special deal left for the next person that gets it. For $7.49, $250 cheaper, you get that executive producer credit on the film, plus you get a custom merchandise package. So you get the new T-shirt, mug, DVD, and hat. So you save $300, $350, something like that. Right?
You know, Anthony, I'm gonna have to, Anthony, I'm gonna have to give it to you on some of these, man, like the hat and the shirt. And...
You had somebody, Anthony Chilo was asking what size the hoodie goes up to.
The hoodie goes up to
what size do you need?
Yeah, whatever size you need. Well, some of the bigger perks some of the bigger sizes might be a couple bucks more, but it's like a $2 difference or something like that. So I think the way it is set up right now, it's like 2XL or 3XL. But if you need 4XL, just send me a message and I'll look into it. Anthony is someone that I talk to all the time, so just let me know and I'll work it out for you. News anchor role is only. Yeah, so the news anchor role, this is for a female. Join the cast as a news anchor. You'll be needed on set for multiple days. You'll be featured in multiple scenes. It includes several speaking lines. Official IMDb credit is given. Travel and lodge are up to you to cover. So this is kind of like the custom role perk, except it's a couple $100 cheaper. And you're
featured more.
All set, yeah.
Yeah.
The executive producer credit, so the regular one is $9.99 for the executive producer. Of course, I said that we have that one perk available. It's a special perk for $7.50. You get the executive producer credit plus the custom merchandise bundle. We have a robber role. You can be a robber in the film. You'll be needed on set for 1 or 2 days. It includes approximately 5 speaking lines. It includes official credit, travel, and lodge are up to you to cover. Join the cast, super special combo. So with this one, you get a custom role in the film with a few speaking lines, plus you get the assistant producer credit. So that's the only way that they can get that assistant producer credit now, is to get the special combo join the cast perk. Product placement number 3. So with this one, you get your brand or logo before the film starts. We show that on the screen. So for example, you have, it's SKE right on the arm there.
Yeah. Soul Nights Entertainment. Yeah, SKE. Yeah.
So with that, we would have that SKE before the film starts, and then throughout the film, we would keep showing it. Maybe have somebody wear the T-shirt with SKE on it and show it throughout the movie. So that's product placement number 3. Custom role. This is a. So with this, you get several speaking lines. It also includes an associate producer credit.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. The normal price is $29.99. We actually just marked it down, so it's only $19.99. But there's only one left. So if you guys want it, jump on it now. Co-star in the movie. When it's gone, it's gone. Co-star in the movie, there's only one of these left. It was $8,000. We marked it down to $49.99. So with this one, the film co-star in the film is the right-hand man. It's for a main villain. It includes a producer credit as well. Act in a scene with a celebrity like Tom Glynn, Walter Phelan, Al Burke, Nancy Ann Ritter. You'll be needed on set for multiple days, but it includes several speaking lines. You'll be in several scenes. This includes official IMDb credit, travel, and lodge are up to you to cover. All right, then we have star in the film. Starring in the movie is starring in the movie. Was $25,000. We marked it down at $14,999. So it's about $10,000 off. and it's about $10,000 less than what other campaigns are marked at.
Oh yeah.
Star in the movie. This is for a female. You'll be needed on set for several days, working a scene with a celebrity. This includes an executive producer credit, travel, lodge, meals, and transportation. Your name will appear on the official poster, trailer, DVD. So you get pretty much the works with it. You're starring in the movie. Your name's on all the stuff. You get to work in the scenes with cool people. Travel, lodge, and transportation. Sorry, travel, lodge, and meals are covered.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that?
They get to be in a movie where I'm directing it.
I actually ended up and achieved another goal. I was actually credited on my very first Blu-ray as a co-producer in Aftermath.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final perk is the star treatment. This one is $49,999. It's about $15,000 off. This perk includes a major custom role in the film. All of your expenses are covered by us, including travel, lodge, and food. You'll have a personal assistant on set. Your name featured on the DVD, poster, trailer. You'll act in the scene with the celebrity. Custom demo reels included. Custom merch bundle is included, and lots more. So premiere transportation. You get the assistant. We cover the assistant's expenses, and you get kind of like the works with it.
Basically, you just get everything that's available on the campaign.
Plus a lot more because we cover all the travel, the meals.
Right.
You get an assistant, so you get as much as we can give you with it.
It's worth it.
Those are the perks.
Guys, I'm telling you, man, there's some awesome perks on there. And like I said, Anthony will work out a deal with whatever you guys want to get. He's done it for me many times. He's came through with it. Love him to death. Why wait? There's plenty of perks on there. As a matter of fact, Anthony, I want to get with you on some of those, actually.
Awesome. Sounds good to me. So, that's one thing Joseph will vouch that we've actually started sending out perks to him and stuff. So that's why he feels comfortable donating with us.
I still got the Camp Crystal Lake lanyard. And I've been taking real good care of the beanie that you didn't want to give up. It's still
you got my beanie.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what? It's still in mint condition. I'm taking real good care of it. I've actually wanted to.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's still good. Still good.
So that's something that we try to keep up with. We have a lot of people that donate and get perks. We give away a lot of free stuff. Like right now, if you guys, the next 39 people to donate $50 or more to the Killer Pizza campaign, get a free autographed photo of Kringle from Tom Glynn. So we're always giving free stuff away, and we actually send it out to people. So
yeah, I've actually gotten a few of those. That reminds me, I was going to ask you guys something. Now that I got you guys on here, you know how you ended up and done raffles for Friday the 13th Blood Loss? You did like 1, 2, 3 different raffles. The question I'm going to ask you two is, are you going to do one for Killer Pizza?
We did 4 of them for Blood Loss. It was, super expensive for us, super time consuming. And then the actors accused us of stealing somehow. I don't know how it makes sense. So they kind of ruined it.
For real. Man, it was like, oh my Lord.
But we have tried giving free stuff away for Killer Pizza. So first we did a contest, sharing contest. The winner won a pizza dinner. It was Morgan Suzak. He ended up making a video about it, just to confirm that we actually follow through with the prizes.
And like I've done with Blood Loss, of course.
Right. Yeah. So he actually traded me the pizza dinner. We came up with an amount that we thought was fair for the pizza dinner, and he put that towards it it was either a remote acting role or a song in the movie or something like that he wanted. So, you know, we made it work for him. He was happy. So. But yeah, we've done a lot of that stuff. We try to give people as much as we can, like with these photos. The photos from Tom Glynn. I mean, if they go to the conventions and get that from him, that's probably $40 or $50, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, actually, I think it's, you know, to get. I want to tell you something. When I went to the Cult Classic convention to, you know, William said, "Hey man, go see Bill Johnson. Maybe he'll sign your poster," and he did. And you know how much it charges to get an autograph on a poster at a convention? At least with him, he charged $150.
How much?
$150.
Yeah. So I
mean, here's what's funny about it though. I actually ended up and went to the ATM across the street in the rain just to pull that out. And when I came back, he didn't think I was actually going to do it, but I did. And then when I came back, he said, "No, man, I'm just going to go ahead and sign it for you." So I didn't have to pay nothing.
And then not to mention that, you know, you have to pay for, you have to go to the convention. You have to pay to get into the conventions. You have to pay for your food for the day. All this stuff, it all adds up. With this, you just donate $50 to the campaign. We send you whatever you pay for. Then in addition to that, you get this $50 autograph photo for free.
Exactly. It's a steal, man. It's a steal.
I mean, no other campaign in their right mind does this stuff.
No, they don't.
But yeah, it's there for people that are watching and want to get involved. You know,
guys, I want to tell you, and you're right about that, Anthony, and I'll agree with you and Mandy, because you guys guys that are watching, these two that I have invested a lot in their projects, you know, the past two projects. And honestly, no other campaign, you're not going to find any other campaign that's going to give you a good deal with other than these guys. For real. Because I've gotten a lot of merchandise from them, a lot of Blood Loss merchandise from them. Now I'm going to end up getting Killer Pizza merchandise from y'all. So, you know, it's helping them out. It's helping them put out a good product. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful to be a part of it.
And we didn't pay Joseph to say this.
No, they didn't. No, not at all. I'm actually being real, because the way I am, I keep it real 24/7, 365. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm just going to get right to the point. These guys work very hard to produce a good product. So I don't mind, you know, helping indie film creatives. I really don't. I actually enjoy it. I've been doing it for 5 years. I know who not to invest and who to invest. I've invested in a lot of money in both of these projects, and let me tell you, they're doing an amazing job. So for those that have not gotten involved, please get involved, because you do not have any idea what you're missing out on. You don't.
So Joseph, again, is not the kind of guy that's going to come on here and sugarcoat it. He did mention earlier that he donated to a campaign that didn't follow through, didn't send out the perks. So the reason why Joseph feels comfortable donating with us and working with us is because we send stuff to him that he orders.
Exactly. And if you guys go on my Facebook page, I have actually posted a video with the actual package that they have sent me, and what they have sent me I have pulled out of that package. And let me tell you, you know, I've told people this, and I'm telling everybody out there right now, donating to an Indiegogo campaign, yeah, at times it can be a risk. I took a risk on 2 different people. I'm not going to say who they are, but I've donated, and I'll even shoot out a mouth. One of the guys that I had donated to his campaign for was over $2,000. And the only thing I got out of it was an executive producer credit. And then when he decided to bundle a DVD and an executive producer credit with another campaign he had, I lost out on that money because I never got the Blu-ray. So for you guys, I'm being straight with you guys, and they're not paying me to say this. I'm being real with everybody by saying this. You donate to their campaign, I can definitely assure you 110% that you will get what you pay for. And they will definitely send it out to you. They'll even message you and tell you, hey, we got this sent out, because that's how they did me. So this is why I don't mind helping them out, because these are some amazing people, and I love them to death. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Well, we appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, we
Welcome.
love seeing all this stuff when people get it. They post pictures of it, and that's
Exactly.
why a lot of the people that donated to the blood loss campaign are donating to Killer Pizza. They know that we're sending stuff out.
Exactly.
So, and then we get to work with a lot of different people like Joseph and stuff, and makes it all worth it. So thank you for being on with us tonight.
Hey, no problem. I had a great time. It's fun. Networking with Tom and Tam.
Mm-hmm.
I told Tom I'd send him a request whenever I got off here too. And by the way, I was going to send you guys. I'll get with you here in a little bit after the show, and I'll send you that track I told you I was going to send you.
Okay. All right. So before we head out, because we're starving too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
Is there anything that we should have mentioned that we didn't get to mention? Is there anything else that you want to plug or talk about before we sign out?
No, I think we got it covered. But to all those people out there that are wanting to get involved in either acting or producing or whatever, trust me, this is the best way to go. This is how I started out 2 years ago. And for the last 5 years, I've been considered a major contributor to Indiegogo campaigns. I still have people that message me and want me to donate to their campaign. So, guys, it's a good way to get your foot in the door. These are honest people. I recommend going on Indiegogo. Killer Pizza's in demand. Blood Loss is in demand. Help them put out a good product by making a contribution. I've done it. Why can't you?
Thanks so much for being out with us tonight. We appreciate everything. We look forward to working with Joseph on these films and in future films. And, we'll just keep going and going. It's working. It's working, so why not?
It's all about progression and moving forward. That's all it is.
Yep. So Friday the 13th, Blood Loss is in demand on Indiegogo. Donate today. Help us get the last few bucks that we need to get the film finished. Killer Pizza's in demand as well. We go to start filming that one in around January. So we're not too far away from the goal there. And once we get there, we'll start going and getting a lot of the props and things made. Help us get there today by donating to the campaign. If you can't donate, do us a favor, share the campaign as much as you can. It helps a lot.
Sharing is free.
Sharing's free, sharing's caring. Teamwork makes the dream work.
When I get a chance and I get some vacation time and whatnot, I may come up and pay you guys a visit. Might get some vacation time.
All right, might have to get some pizza.
Hey man, it'll be on me this time.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching us tonight. Thank you to Joseph Richmond. Thank you to Tom Glynn and Taylor. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Peace.